Hello everyone, this is your girl Setepenre McHartshorne presenting you my lifestyle and celebrity vlog, presenting you my virtual reality drama series platforms, presenting you Diva by Setepenre McHartshorne. I am the executive director and starring of my drama virtual reality series, presenting you 4 scenes about my drama series, so let's begin. Please honey subscribe, like, comment and hit the notification bell so to see my upcoming vlogs about my IMVU stardom as an entertainer, fashions, vlogs, lifestyle, about my platforms of drama virtual reality, about my wife's platforms and more. But before I go any further about my series, let me tell y'all, on my husband and lifestyle virtual drama reality series, I tell you guys to tell y'all that I was pregnant while I was doing my performances. Before my releases of my album released, I've received later in results that sadly that I wasn't pregnant, and it gotten me and my husband Mathieu as well as disappointed. My husband wanted to start over to try, but I told him that I don't want to have any more children cause I'm happy with us of having 7 of our beautiful children that we have. Remember, my children I have is my eldest Varisha, who is 27, Zephaniah who is 25, Varisha who is 23, Marcelo who is 19, Emiria who is 14 and Mathieu and Mathias who are 12 years old. So the reason was because Mathieu wanted to have a daughter as our last after our twin sons Mathieu and Mathias, and my results came negative. Within my results of negative reasons, I rather have it as of private, but as of overall taken care of my health and everything went well. So after my recent results, Mathieu and I made our decision that we aren't going forward of having any more of children. But however, Mathieu wants to adopted, so we agreed to go further of adopting children. But let me tell y'all, daughter is accepting and baby as a month pregnant already. Mathieu wasn't happy that Varisha is having a child, especially when we tried to have a child, and Mathieu tells Varisha that he isn't ready to be grandfather because he still wants to father too, wanted more of children. Let me say this, when it comes with Mathieu, he's more as of an house husband. He does his works early mornings to do his morning talk shows and home, taking care of our children while he looks out for our children when they're homeschooling, while taking care of them as well his mother that's living with us but lives at our guest home. But according of the reason why within my understanding that this is my husband, according to the reason was because he wanted to continue fatherhood till he wants a certain age to be grandfather, to be at his mid-60s. As a mother, I don't mind being a grandparent at my 40s and up, but with the arguments that came upon Mathieu was very upsetting because of me, of my results, and still wanted child when he wants to father and not ready to wanted to grandfather. So because of Varisha pregnancy, Mathieu accepted for grandparenthood. Honey, just like I tell him, things you can't always get what you want, but be happy that you still father and be grandfather no matter the situation within our children. Okay honey, let's vlog about the scenes cause I got a lot to tell y'all, so let's begin. Now, Diva by Setepenre McHartshorne Season 1 premiere of Episode.1 Setepenre and Mathieu McHartshorne HBO documentary series Scenes 1. Diva by Setepenre McHartshorne Scenes 1 Setepenre's magazine cover and shoot scenes. So on scenes of my premiere, I presented myself for my brand name and personal women's lifestyle and entertainment. Magazine shoot and cover 2 prepared for the March-May spring article issue features to tell all about my platforms of my filming productions, my lifestyle with my family, friends, my children, people of the IMVU virtual of entertainment industries, and a lots more top add on to my magazine. On my shoots I presented 8 other looks to theme for my theme and interview, also to tell all about my lifestyle of how I've been so far. Okay, on to my magazine article, I did mention about my false information of my pregnancy test to tell about my testimony publicly, and Mathieu was a part of the interview, and we tell all about how we was through our situations through the pregnancy test. We did interview about the adoption, and let me tell y'all, me and Mathieu are adopting 3 children from the islands, from the Solomon Islands. We adopting 2 girls and a boy that happens to be sisters and brother. The mother to the kids into custody of the children cause the mother story was the story was so saddening. Oh Lord, I just cried about the story, and no, I didn't tell it all at the interview cause I rather as of private as of I and Mathieu not to talked about it, and I ain't gonna go there about it here onto the vlog cause I would cry just explaining it onto the vlog. So the kids are at age of 3 years of age of the 2 girls that are identical twins, and the boy is 1 years of age as the baby. The mother named them Nina, Nia, and Josh. The names are easy, so I'm glad she named them for us to remember them of adoption. The kids we had them. Not to be on cameras on set as of not yet, but however they will be mentioned onto my next vlog about them. So throughout my interview I tell them about my album released that I sold within worldwide now of 1 million more copies and becoming platinum of the released between both United States, United Kingdom, parts of Europe, Australia, Canada and parts of Middle East and Asia. I also tell about my awards I have from the Golden Globes and Critics' Choice Awards, also of how I won and speeches that I had made and lifestyles out and about with my family and so forth with my time out in California to home. So let me tell y'all, on my magazine my celebrity wardrobe stylist and creative director and designer Movado had did an interview is gonna presented his own reality drama within my platforms, presenting himself, telling about his testimony storylines about himself of his healing from his family. My wardrobe stylist by the name of Movado R. Marley, who is in Black Jamaican British from London, United Kingdom, tells his story about him surviving his family coming from Jamaica and finding his mother of coming back of his miss of his family coming from an poor and hardship family that tooken him away and sent him for adoption to an rich family out in London, England, United Kingdom to better his life. Okay, this was the same story about the kids of the adoption stories of why the mother gave up the kids. The mother denied the kids cause she doesn't wanted to mother the kids because of her hardships of her personal life from her tribe from the islands and criticism about her family that didn't love her, and she's living by herself of isolation, and the father's children been killed because of religious reasons of their tribe by their family and they after her, and that was the reason. No one of religion should allowed to controlled by, and that's the reason it gets me to the part that not only the kids needs to be protected, but the mother also for her life. We talked to translate the mother, would she be able to lived out in Europe so that she could better her life, and the mother says no and she's rather stayed here cause she says I'm fine here and rather die for her will here. It did brought me in tears cause I wanted to be humanitarian just like my father did, being an political advocate of humanitarian to care about people who cares and sees all the experiences of what these people go through, and I hate to see her go through life struggles and I wanted her to be happy. What hates me the most that she doesn't wanted the kids to be a part of her life if they grow and they wanted to know they mother. She says to me that the kids I brought to the world isn't her kids at all, and she's felt as if regretted because of what she's has to go through, and I and Mathieu we felt within emotions that this was heartbroken. I hate to adopted them to tell those words of what their mother says and they not even grown to remember of what their mother says, cause for a mother to say I'm not their mother when you are the mother to your flesh and blood children, that's heartbreaking. Something like that is heartbreaking and I never forget. Cause this woman is experiencing pains and she's dividing herself from her life as well, her children too hated herself, and having all this oppression is distressing me to see her why she's hurting this way. I'm going the next scenes cause this is very emotional and I done already went far about these stories, so next scenes. 2. Diva by Setepenre McHartshorne. Scenes 2. Setepenre's luncheon meetup. Scenes. So on scenes I went to have an luncheon meetup scenes with some of franchise's friends out in Siena, Italy for an spectacular views of Siena to chat about my magazine article and the adoption overall to chat with the ladies. So let me tell y'all that Kathy has residence out in Florence and Nevera is back also, so in March get ready for Mediterranean Wives of 9 episodes cause honey is gonna be an amazing series once I presented them this spring. Back to the vlog. So yes, I have Harper, Nevera, Hallie, my cousin Trey, my sisters-in-law Sassana and Kathy all at the table hanging out having our time, and my sister Tropez also on scenes as well. So I have some news. Tropez is finally getting engaged with a multimillionaire entrepreneur, African-Italian winer from the Tuscany, and he's also a chef also, so I'm looking forward for her wedding ceremony, and I will present it only at Mediterranean Wives of Tuscany honey, and this is gonna be an exciting scenes to tell all about it once we on set for the series. So yes, she's on scenes showing her engagement for her surprise to us, and I was thrilled to see her beautiful engagement ring and it looks stunning. So as we was chatting on scenes at our luncheon, I got and received call of news with one of the filming directors from France to ask to acted on an English and French and translation movie motions pictures to act into an acting cinema HBO drama and romantic role, and honey, I am looking forward to be a part of this leading role. So the movie I'm playing in the role is called Lost in 3 Side Stories. So I tell the ladies the news, and speaking of HBO, get ready for the next few vlog episodes, cause I will be telling you guys about my love life with I and Mathieu, about our upcoming of our 28 years anniversary of our marriage documentary and partnership in entertainment also. And yes, I will also be in New York on To Be On talk shows, Fashion Week and more on the way. Speaking of New York, let's go to the next scenes. 3. Diva by Setepenre McHartshorne. Scenes 3. Flight to New York scenes. So let me tell y'all, my husband Mathieu was getting the children ready to pack up, making preparations to get their luggages and clothes ready for New York. Mathieu tried to get Amiria ready, and Amiria didn't wanted to go but wanted to stayed with grandmother, so we let her stayed. Cause she didn't like to be on set on cameras, so we do respected our daughter as to not shown her face onto the cameras. As y'all know, Amiria hated cameras and taking pictures, so we keep our daughter behind cameras as of respect within our home. Sometimes she doesn't have a problem if she wanted to, but if she doesn't, she let us know, and I do keep my daughter up to date when we filmed onto our home. So Marcelo came and his girlfriend came also, has everything packed, and we hugged and chatted for a while. So let me tell y'all, throughout on scenes the 3 adopted came behind the scenes on cameras playing and having time with Mathieu's mother and the kids, and honey, they're so beautiful. So Marcelo came and wondered who the kids are, and we told him about the adoption. So Marcelo kinda had of not of a feeling look as of disappointments, and we asked what's wrong, and he walked outside, and here's Marcelo getting upset with us. According to this situation, see, these are my grown children. And not only Varisha was upset about us adopting children, but him also. We know that Marcelo is 19 years of age and in a relationship. Marcelo gotten upset, and we told him we was adopting, and he hated the fact that we still wanted to raise more children, and this is the arguments that gets ugly, and never Marcelo argue at us, and this is what's happening. Before we can go on to our private jet, Varisha apologies to us when she went off about us adopting, and even telling her I was pregnant before it came false. But with Marcelo it gotten worse, cause he didn't wanted us to parent. Cause he's grown, and he rather for us to have just Mathieu, Matthias, and Amiria within our household to raise, and not any more children. Honey, rather you like it or not, we are your parents. You do not have the control to control your mother and your father to tell us that we can't adopt children or have children when while y'all grown, even if having children. We talked about this before, and you up her at it again, and you wanna argue to wanna distress me and Mathieu when we talked about our issues, our agreements, and understanding, and you still mad, and you yelling outside and gotten our home seeing our drama? Marcelo, you are a good son, and never I've seen you this way. Don't you ever yelled at me and your father baby like that again? We can agreed and disagree, but in situations like that I don't like it at all. At times as a grown man you have to learn to accept it, that as a mother and Mathieu as a father, that if we wanted more children or go for adopting, that's our choice. Mathieu has given y'all the chance. If y'all wanna have children, we honor for y'all to have children to grandparent. Even if I wanna raise more children, I can still grandparent, and Mathieu also. So stop with all that distressing ruckus, cause you don't have the control over your parents. We have the control. Those 3 children we adopting are from the Solomon Islands, and yes, they will be your foster sisters and brother. And no, we not adopting more, and they will be only it for us to raise, and we are telling you the truth, Marcelo baby. I'm still waiting for you to apologize, cause you literally gotten your girlfriend shook about you, and she's isn't liking the fact of how you came about, of how you treated us and brought disappointments onto this family. And your brothers Mathieu and Matthias, they was loving them, and Amiria was loving them. Zephaniah, Varisha, and Agarisha was loving them. You walked away angry at us, and you left and told your girlfriend to come, and you cancelled the flight to New York, and your girlfriend called me and she told me y'all break up. Marcelo, I'm totally upset. Mathieu and I argue about you. We up here fighting to see will you apologize, and you didn't. So yes, that was on scenes, and I have to reschedule shows and everything, so to rest off all the problematics that went down. So a week later he finally called, just a week after all the problematics, and he finally apologized. Let me say this. When it comes with my oldest children's like both Varisha and Marcelo, I do understand them as well as Mathieu. Our children, they have very good morals, and I don't have them of much of anything, and don't judge based of morals of what they wanted. But how it all turned out was the case, and who are 2 judges of what they wanted and how they wanted when it's all about them? In life you have 2 accepted things, and things that me and Mathieu is doing is good. I understanding if my children doesn't wanted me to raised children or adopted cause we have just 7 children and they wanted us to be all they needed in life. I am their need and I love children. I love raising and mothering more than I like entertainment. And Mathieu is the same, also loving to father. How Marcelo talked was very upsetting and judgmental, and I will say this. Mathieu is an Christian that had our home into an Christian home. With us within a Christian home we do not put any burden to raise our children to judge anyone of morals, and honey, let me tell y'all that God made us all different from different lifestyles, and that just how God made us, and no matter what it is, even if is right or wrong, honey. God loves everyone, and all this dividing of this world is going out of hand, and we don't need anyone to control how we should live. And I and Mathieu doesn't believe that religion should be an example to control how you should live your life. But your life should depends on you, baby, and not for nobody else, and even on your watch on things. Like I said to my children, I can mother you, but I don't have to be in your control once you leave this house. Once you out of my roof, honey, that's it. Just simple as that. If you don't like my rules, I said, and honey, you have a problem. Whatever comes within this family stays within this household of this family, and family we are loved and gifted and we raised. You too learned from life experiences within our wealth and life, no matter what it is. So soon Marcelo came to our home, he hugged us and cried for his apologies. He tooken the chance to learn from his mistakes, to learn that it's okay, and he gotten the chance to see Nina, and Josh, and he's plays with them and he's enjoyed them and happy. It gotten us happy, and we was finally able to packed up and flight to New York on set and gotten 2 ending scenes. Honey, Amiria gotten on scenes and came with us to New York, and Mathieu's mother Morena came, and the 3 adopted children came, and honey, let me tell y'all, they was excited to be on jet. So you guys get ready for the premiere episode 2 in New York vlog. Okay you guys, I gotta get ready, so I'll see y'all.